Quinta Brunson. Welcome to The Daily Show.
Hey, Trevor. Thank you for having me.
Are you kidding me? Thank you for being here. This show, Abbott Elementary, I remember when I saw the first trailer, a lot of people, we fell in love with it just in a promo.
Yeah.
The idea was funny. The idea was special. And I'm so glad that it has lived up to expectations.
Thank you.
Let's talk through the idea, the inception of it all. Quinta's always been somebody who's been very funny. But why does Quinta Brunson go like, the funniest thing I want to do and the network show I want to make is going to be about school? Why that?
Well, you know, I got really inspired by going to visit my mother before, it was the year before she decided to retire. I lived in LA and I came back to visit her. My mom was doing basically a parent-teacher conference with a parent on an open house night. The night started at 12 o'clock p.m. and ended at 8 o'clock p.m.
Okay.
No parents came the whole time, and I was there with my mom waiting with her. A parent walks in at 7:58, and I was livid. I was just like, how could you not get here earlier? There was so much time. But my mom didn't look at it that way. She was like, this is the time that this parent could get here.
Oh,
and she sat down and had the conference with her. And it was in that moment that something was sparked, where I said, this is what I want to make a show about, because the whole time I'm there, I'm just thinking about how funny the place is, her coworkers and the situation.
Yes,
her and I
yes,
started
yes.
fighting about me, you know, doing comedy and her not retiring yet. And then this beautiful thing happens, and I
Right.
think, boom, I saw a show, and I saw what I wanted to work on for the next however many years I'm able to.
You know, before I knew that your mom was a teacher, I was just like, man, Quinta's just like in love with teachers in a really beautiful way. And I know you are, but it explains so much. For instance, I remember seeing how you got this marketing budget, for instance, from ABC.
Yeah.
And then you took a chunk of that money, and instead of spending it on marketing and billboards and everything, you gave that money to school so they could buy supplies, so that they could get things. What do you think we don't understand about teachers? You know, having grown up in a teacher household.
Just how much work they really put into the job. It is not a, it's not a 9 to 5. Do you know what I mean? First of all, my mother used to wake up at 7:30. 6, earlier, because she had me. She had her own children. Do you know what I mean?
Which we forget, by the
Which
way.
we forget, her own children that she has to get through school, clothe and feed. And then she would go to school, deal with kids who were great, well-behaved, but also kids who were menaces and parents who were menaces.
Right.
And then she's identifying more than just, these are my kids. It's, this child has this learning issue. This child over here comes from a home where this is happening. This child is selling too fast and I have to make a little extra room for them. She's doing this for 30 kids all at once, my mom. And then after that, she would stay later. She would stay until the last parent picked up their kid, because there always was a parent that would come in and be like, oh man, pickup's at 3. Yep, same time every day. And come in at 5:30, and then she would go home and she would, grade papers, which is the thing we all think is like, oh, that's what they do at home. But no, it's doing lesson plans, which takes up like an hour. It's learning new development material that the school district puts out.
Because the teachers have to learn themselves.
Exactly.
Right.
And I can go on, but I just think people who maybe don't have a teacher so close in their life don't know how big the job is. And it's one of the reasons why I firmly believe they should be paid more. But
I hope your show does this, because you know what your show has done, I think a really great job of, is that it shows the human side of being a teacher.
Yes.
We've only watched, what, 7 episodes of the show? Already, you have quadrupled your ratings from the first episode, which I didn't even know was possible.
yeah, me either.
I always thought it was like, start at the top and then you just gradually... Network TV never does that.
I know.
You've broken records, you've changed history, you know, congratulations, the season 2 has already been, you know, all of this. And I think a lot of it comes from the dynamic of the cast.
Yeah.
How did that happen? How is everybody so comfortable in such a new thing?
Oh my goodness. I feel like I got to pick everyone I wanted for the cast, and I think that's rare. You know, usually there's some issue, like you can't get this person you want because of this reason.
Right.
You can't get this person, blah, blah, blah. But I also had like a personal connection to each person that I cast and knew what type of person they were. Ultimately, I think, you know, whatever, everyone has different opinions, but I wanted my show to feel like a workplace. I know it's TV, and TV can be crazy, and we accept it. We accept like a bunch of crazy shit, you know?
Say shit.
Yeah, I forgot where we were. did the Today Show this morning. So like, but we accept like bad behavior. We accept like so much. But I didn't want it to be like that because it was my show, and I was
So
like,
no asshole policy.
I
believe in the same thing. Yeah.
That way,
Yeah.
So getting all these people together in a room, the first time we filmed the pilot, everyone's just energized and feeling good about each other and feeling good about the show that they're making too. So I think everyone's happy to be there. And
I love that. I just, you may be one of the few people I know who has gone off of the internet because of too much positivity. Genuinely, you're like one of the few people I know who's gone like, guys, I'm gonna take a break from Twitter. There's too many positive comments. I have to take a moment, please. And I think it's because of what you put out into the world. I hope you never lose it. You have this thing. It's so authentic that I know everyone asks you questions. There's a fervor around the show, which I hope never ends.
Yeah.
One of the more confusing things that happens to people was a video where all the kids are leaving, and you're saying it's the mid-season break.
Yeah.
All the kids are leaving, but they're all saying goodbye to you as your character. So they're like, bye, Miss T.
Bye, Miss T. Bye. Have a good day. See you on Monday. See you on Monday, you guys. Be careful.
See, everyone's watching this video, and some people thought that the kids don't get paid and the kids aren't. It was very confusing for some people.
It was very confusing. I'm not sure they jump there until we don't pay them. I just felt like, can we take a few steps before we get to labor
People think the world is a bad place, Quinta. People think the world's a bad place.
If nothing else, that really showed it to me. I was like, no. We would never not pay the kid. Like, why would you jump there? Please don't. Look, people were very confused by it, but the way our set operates with the mockumentary style camera work, the kids aren't viewing it as a typical TV set. They know that some people are moving around with cameras, but they can't bank on where those cameras will be.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Okay.
So it doesn't look like this.
So to them, it almost feels like they're in a classroom and someone's making a documentary.
Absolutely. And our classrooms look so real because they also have school there.
Wait, the kids actually have school there?
Yeah, because they have to have school.
Right.
So they don't know me as Quinta Brunson girl from, the internet and TV. They just know Miss Teagues. And sometimes I have to tell them to be quiet as Miss Teagues. They would raise their hand and be like, Miss Teagues, he hit me. Miss Teagues, I have to go to the bathroom. And I would just have to play the part so we could get through so we could get through the scene. And they know their act. And by the end, some of them kind of started to figure out. They're like, this is a set. I was like, yeah.
I'm on TV, Miss Teagues.
So, and your name is Quinta. My mommy told me. I'm like, okay, you're not figuring out anything groundbreaking, but all right.
That is adorable. You see, I love it. I love everything you do. Thank you once again.
Thank you, and thank you for your continued support. I feel like you've always been so supportive of me through my career. I appreciate it.
Yeah, you deserve it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, people, Abbott Elementary returns to ABC on Tuesday, March 22nd, and is available to stream on Hulu. If you haven't started watching it, you're missing out. Just go and catch up, and then we'll all do it together.